Always good to see you, homies. We are back with another look at the KJM PS2 Collection. Look, we ain't gonna get into all the small talk. Let's just jump right in. Let me show you guys some sick games. So first we got up. One of my favorite games of all time, Capcom vs. SNK 2. I love this game, and I got so much history with it, man. Let's take a look. So, Capcom vs. SNK 2, I would argue, is the game that really got me into competitive fighting games, period. I remember back in the day watching YouTube footage, and we're talking early YouTube footage of the HO Japanese arcade fighting exhibitions and just these matches of people playing this game. So I played this casually with my friends on Xbox, and there was this demo disc that almost was like a retail copy that you could play every character, and I think the only thing that demo didn't have was like online mode or something. So I played a bunch of this game on the original Xbox at first, and me and my buddies had a blast playing this. But there was something about it that I love this game, man. I think it was the roster, because I grew up playing both Neo Geo titles and Street Fighter titles, so like seeing these characters collide just exploded my brain, right? So I got super into this game, and I just wanted to like learn more combos and just like see other people playing it too. So I remember getting on YouTube on like the dial-up days, man. Just with this garbage connection on my mom's computer, and just I'll never forget seeing M. Bison do the seeing M. Bison do the paint the fence combo, is what they call it, with the custom combo groove. And I was just looking at these matches like, people can do this, people are this good at this game. And it just opened my eyes to the fact that there was a whole world of tournament and quote-unquote professional level fighting game players out there, right? Like, that concept never really stuck in my head, or wasn't something that I was aware of. I never knew that there were people out there playing this game, playing these games, not just CVS2 of course, but I went down a rabbit hole and started seeing all these other games played at a level that I just didn't even know was possible. I didn't know these combos existed. I didn't know about these movement options, and just it changed everything about the way that I look at fighters. And I have Capcom vs. SNK 2 to thank for that, my introduction into the FGC basically, right? So this game is very nostalgic and holds an extremely special place for me. The soundtrack is something that I will never forget. I absolutely love the "They say the true love will make it." Just this game has too many bangers in the soundtrack, and it just holds a ton of amazing memories for me. So Capcom vs. SNK 2, Mark of the Millennium, there's no way it couldn't be in the collection, right? Alright, so next up, Sakura Wars. So this game is pretty dang special for me too. Oh, we still got the receipt in there. I actually got this game as a birthday present from my brother, right? So he knew that I was into like anime stuff. He used to make fun of me for it, but I got him into it eventually too. But he knew I was into anime stuff, and it was my birthday, and he was like, "Hey, I got you something." And he was like, "It looks like something you will like," because he saw like the waifus in the anime art style. And he ended up having a bunch of fun with this game too. So it's like a dating a dating sim slash strategy RPG. And the thing that makes this game special to me is like the dialogue options, right? I remember sitting down with my brother and playing this and just cracking up at some of the things you could say to the characters, just how thirsty you could make the main character, and him trying to just holler at everybody, and how things would just fall apart. Sakura Wars for the PS2, man. So long, my love. This is 100% bringing back memories of just sitting down with my brother and cracking up at this game. And the SRPG elements are actually really solid. Like, I like the animations, and it's got a cool story. This game is I want to say slept on, but it's not really, because if you're in the strategy RPGs, you know about Sakura Wars. So that's the next game we got on the list, man. Sakura Wars, so long, my love for the PS2. A lot of memories associated for me with that one too. So next up, we got another banger. I'm throwing a lot of fighters at you guys this time, man. We got Street Fighter EX3. So this was really sick to me. I had my run-ins with the Street Fighter EX series. I remember, I think it was like EX plus 2 or one of the Street Fighter EX games. I remember seeing it in the arcade and I was like, they got 3D Street Fighter. Like, it exploded my brain, right? And this game came out as an early PS2 title, and like, you can talk about the graphics, but the thing that makes the Street Fighter EX series so special is the influence from Eureka, right? Their influence really made these games special. They influenced some of the game mechanics and changed up like the custom combo system. They added some of their like unique run mechanics. The roster was a big part of it, and the soundtrack, man. If there's one thing that I love about the Street Fighter EX series, because a lot of people crap on these games and say they're garbage, I can't agree with it, man. The next video I'm making, right, I'll give you guys a sneak peek that's hanging out with me here, is I want to make a video about all the games that people call garbage that I think are actually sick. And I'm excited to bring that to you guys. This is one of them for sure, but the soundtrack in this game is, in all the EX games, is just so good. But there's something about just the aesthetic in the Street Fighter EX series that's so much different than the regular Street Fighter series. Which is funny to say, right? Because I know Street Fighter has shifted art styles and aesthetic through each of the games, right? Where Street Fighter 2 is very much different from Alpha, which is very different from 3, which is very different from 4 and 5. But there's something about the influence of Eureka and like their charming soundtracks mixed with like some of the campiness and stuff that just makes the EX games have a special place in my heart too. And I highly recommend it. If you guys haven't given this a chance, or if you heard it's bad from people, don't listen to them, man. Try this out. It's a sick party game. I remember getting out the multi-tap a few times and playing with some of the friends. You can have like 4-player tag matches and battle royales and stuff. If you're looking for a fun multiplayer experience, this has some things that are very much different than mainline Street Fighter, and it'd be cool to see some of this stuff come back. So Street Fighter EX3 is a banger. Don't let anybody tell you different. Next one up is another special game. We got Shinobi for the PS2. I remember vividly when I got this game because I remember seeing commercials and other things for it, and Shinobi, I got this game on Christmas as a young fella, and it was the sickest thing in the world to me. I remember like his like long flowing red scarf, and then they had the tate system. I think it was called tate, where like you kill all the enemies in an area within the time limit, and then it shifts to this cutscene, right, where he like twists his sword and then he puts it back, and then they like and they like fall apart like they do like the different anime series and stuff. That was the sickest thing in the world to me, and if I'm gonna be honest, it's still sick. But I love the homie's design. That red scarf is just godlike to me. This game's hard as F because there's a few things. One, the level design. Sega was going wild when they designed this, because this is a game with like the bottomless pits where you can fall through, and this is one of those games too where you restart the level when you die like that. Restart the whole level, bro. And some of these platforming sections, I know there was a bunch of people that did not finish this game. I eventually beat it, but boy did it get rough sometimes. But the level design coupled with constantly decreasing health, because the weapon that you carry, the katana that you have, is it the Akuji or the Akujiki? I think it's the Akujiki. And it's a demonic blade, right? It's a demonic blade, right? That like saps your health, and just so simply standing around and existing in this game causes you to die. So you constantly have to kill enemies to get blood to like stop your health from like going down and killing you. There's a lot of these things in this game that are working against you, but there's very little in gaming that's as stylish and sick as seeing somebody speed run Shinobi and like watching them get these kill streaks that allow them to take out like bosses in one hit, and then clearing out a whole room and then getting the special cutscene cinematic where they sheathe their sword and just you get the samurai death scenes. Shinobi is sick, man. All right, and last up, what do y'all think it is? I'll give you a guess. You got 5 seconds. Just kidding, I'm not giving you that much time. It is. We got Brave Fencer Musashi, man. So, Musashi, well, actually, this ain't Brave Fencer. This is, this ain't Brave Fencer. This is Samurai Legend Musashi. Excuse me, let me fix my face. Because so this game, also a game that got crapped on a lot too when it came out, right? So the voice acting in this game isn't great. It's pretty different from the original Brave Fencer. That's like a PS1 classic, right? And that game's godlike. I'm excited to add that to my collection here at some point soon too. But this game gets called like a disappointment and just gets looked at as being terrible. It's really not. If you can work past the awful voice acting, there's some really cool things happening here with like the mimicking and like the skill learning system in this game with how you get abilities. I really love the cel-shaded art style. There's a lot to really like here, and I feel like this game got a bad rap because people were upset with how cringy the voice acting was. And I'm not gonna say that it's not, but there's so much more to this game than just like, oh, Musashi sounds bad. But I feel like it gets just so crapped on. It's definitely giving off Kingdom Hearts energy, that's for sure. You guys can start to see, was this designed by Nomura? I'm about to look this up because this is just giving me like Sora, huge feet vibes, and just I'm getting some strong Sora energy off of this game. But don't let people fool you. This game is actually still really solid. It's unique, and I feel like it's an underrated gem for sure for the PlayStation 2 that a lot of people slept on because it didn't get the critical praise or really go down in history as being a solid action RPG like its original game did. But this is worth the look for sure. So that being said, I appreciate you guys hanging with me. Let's get ready to jump into the end of the video. I'll see you guys in a second. As always, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. What'd you guys think of the games that we took a look at this time around? I feel like we had a pretty cool look at some hidden gems and some just things for the PS2 that are solid but never really got the time of day that they deserve from critics and other things like that. One thing I've learned in my time of just, I don't even want to really say collecting, but just getting these games because I really enjoy them and want to play them, is that you gotta make your own opinions about stuff, right? There's a lot of people out there that'll tell you it's a game garbage or trash or isn't worth playing, and then when you get your hands on it, you might end up finding yourself a new favorite. So I'm a firm believer that if something looks cool to you, and you, even if you may not be hearing the most positive things from other people, check it out for yourself, man. You never know what you're gonna think, because it could very well be a brand new favorite. So I'm gonna get ready to let you guys go. I appreciate you making it to the end of the video, and I'll talk to you soon, man. See you in the next one.